guys, I am Chris Kabler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we are back at guys with Shadow and Bone, episode 3 from season 2.
Like calls to like.
Oh, Alina and Darkling, maybe.
So, with the crows in Ketterdam last episode, we went to steal Pekka Rollins' accountant's book.
Yeah.
And so now we managed. It was difficult. He's been preparing himself. He's not underestimating us as much as we expected. But he didn't expect Nina to be there. So we still managed to steal the book, but Inej is wounded. Nina was shot. It's bad. Jesper also remembers having met Wylan probably in a one-night stand before. So we'll see how that goes.
Maybe.
But we have the book, so we'll see what Kaz's plan is for after. Meanwhile, Alina went to get the sea whip. They found it. It got angry and it targeted Mal. My God, my English, Mal. And so even though Alina didn't want to kill the sea whip, she still did to save Mal. And you have this theory that we had the vision when we absorbed the scales that we saw Mal a lot, and it felt like it was targeting Mal.
Yeah, and they did talk about sacrifice in the first and second episode.
Yeah.
So I really, really hope that this is not us telling us that she needs to let go of Mal, or he needs to die for her to become powerful, because he is her anchor, right? When she was absorbing this energy, she almost blew it out and he just calmed her down.
Sort of, yeah. And it's also the fact that, you know, to protect Mal, she was willing to kill the amplifier, even though there was a chance that the amplifier would have given her the power and it would have been stronger that way. So she still chose Mal over the power. So yeah, it could be a little wink that Mal has to die so we get the full thing.
Yeah.
She's not sure if she's gonna go after the third one right now. I think she's gonna go back to the fold and see, but we will see what happens next. But yeah, this is what we are. I can't speak. I'm sorry. It's gonna be awkward. Let's just jump in this episode and bear with me. I can't even say that.
Let's just go, guys.
I am tired. Sorry. So yeah, let's jump in this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these episodes. Check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go!
Go!
Ready to take on the fold?
We're ready to take on the world.
Everyone currently after us is enough.
So,
It's a good beginning.
We'll be on our own again. Wait, who says you'll be on your own?
I am interested.
I want a front row seat to the light show, thank you very much. We could definitely use your arsenal.
maybe some kind of fortified carriage?
Land travel is so boring.
Is he a fan favorite?
Through the air, maybe? We're gonna be in a balloon!
Yeah, it can fly?
Yeah, it's like the Mummy too. Oh, this is cool!
I guess with powers, yeah, you could do that. I hope you pay him double.
Okay. Holy shit! Not like Mummy 2, but do you recall the movie Sinbad?
Yeah.
Same thing.
But the thing that is weird is that since they're on the sea, they don't seem much. Okay, now they're on land, but on the sea they wouldn't seem much more than when they're on the ground.
Next stop, Destiny.
It's a good thing we met him. I really hope he stays on our side.
I really hope he doesn't die.
I wouldn't call myself the most proficient healer, but she'll not be a permanent resident here.
Not yet, anyway.
Kaz is blinded by his rage.
I
Fireworks
know.
plague hit. The crematoriums all got backed up, so they had to float
Oh,
dead bodies on the harbour.
That's enough!
He was there.
Can you see a pattern? He's not okay. He's jittery. He's losing his fucking control of his emotions. That's not the guys you're used to.
Applebrook.
Becca has a glass factory there, but there are no sand pits in Applebrook, so cartage fees would kill all of his profits. Find out what he's really up to.
He needs to open up because this is gonna destroy his team.
Find a guard named Heemstra. He'll get a message to your Fjorden.
Can we trust him?
We can trust that he doesn't want Becca to know what I have on him. What you did
Blackmail.
tonight made you a crow. Keep a low profile.
That's his way of saying, now I'm gonna look out for you. Yeah, he's saying Pekka, but deep down I'm thinking that no, he was happy with what she did.
No.
If you want 10, I'll waive my commission. I'll pull the money. How much will you be willing to invest? I have the proceeds from the sale of my father's farm.
Ah, boy, my God. Poor innocent boy.
I'm back in a week. They'll have your earnings.
It's a trick. But of course it is. It wouldn't be any fun if it wasn't.
Inej.
Give her something, man. She deserves it.
Oh, she
Fucking hell, Inej. She that pissed? Well, she almost got beaten.
I taught you strength, cunning, but never compassion.
Well, it's a bit late now.
I see my mistakes now.
There are no mistakes, only lessons.
He's a really bad student. He keeps pulling the wrong, lessons from this.
Oh, no.
And the little saint?
We'll find her.
There was a moment when you might have earned her love instead of claiming her power.
Yeah, you fucked that up too.
She is his mom. She can say those things.
Maybe just another mistake.
The truth is, he could have been in love with Alina, she would have loved him, but he was blinded by his greed for power, the need to just control everything.
Can we make this travel safe this time, please? That's why we went through 3 times. Every time something bad happens.
This is my chance to finally eradicate it.
I think you need the third amplifier.
Pretty sure, yeah. We make a bigger ball.
Bigger ball. She's Moses.
I mean, we see through.
She's cutting the fool in two.
I'm expecting a butt.
Is it the connection?
It's her insecurities, or he's like sending messages. Bitch.
Oh, fuck. You need to get out. You need to get out.
Oh, fuck. It's an opportunity to see them kick ass. Don't die.
Yes.
They are in sync. They are a team. We're fucked.
Oh, we're fucked.
You can't save them, Alina.
At least make a ball. Yeah. Or laser beams.
Landing, booming, crashing.
Now we're basically back on his side, I'm guessing. So you really got to disconnect from him, because whether it's the current connection or the past, insecurities, we won't do this if we don't, or if we're not sure of who we are and our power.
Yeah.
I thought with 2 amplifiers, but wasn't enough.
Need a third one. If 2 was already unheard of, it's gonna be crazy with 3.
You've crossed illegally onto Ravkin's soil.
I'll handle this.
Identify yourselves at once or be shot.
I really changed so much, Rasky. People swear I remain boyishly handsome.
He's got different uniforms. Who are you?
Is he? No. He's the prince. He's the freaking prince.
We did make a joke that maybe his face was on money
but
or something.
I knew we were supposed to have the prince in the second season, and said, but he was like a pirate or something.
Privateer.
Okay, privateer.
Makes sense now. So that
So-
explains why he has so much money.
I present Nikolai Lantsov,
Nikolai.
Major of the 22nd
Ah,
Soldier of the King's Army,
we got a powerful
and second son to
ally.
His Most Royal Majesty, King Pyotr
Second
III.
son, okay, so that's why he's allowed to go wherever.
To have fun.
But then that means that the promise of a reward with the king meant nothing to him.
Don't strike a royal member of the family.
She's a saint.
Is this? I always thought them to be the scribblings of an unstable mind. He went mad, so
Well, you're living through what he went through, so...
perhaps you might be able to extract a solution to that which ails me.
From the writings of a guy who couldn't do it. I don't think he wants to hurt them or anything, but he's at a point right now where we're uncertain of what he's gonna do next.
His mind is unstable.
Well, if the previous guy who did the same thing as he did went mad, who's to say he's not gonna go mad too?
Yeah.
He did pay a price for those shadow creatures.
Master Rollins, I'll be. Who are you? And what are you doing?
We are here to entertain.
We're from Hop and Sons. We're here to fix the piano Mr. Rollins sent us.
Good thing you saw that.
Then quit dawdling and get on with it. Master Rollins has lessons tomorrow.
So Pekka would have a son. If you tell that to Kaz, that means weakness.
His name's Mogans. I've got his address.
Yeah, but you're not ready maybe to face him?
He intends on taking me alive, so he can put me back in the menagerie.
I won't let that happen.
Why should I believe you? You are gambling with our lives, and I deserve to know the reason.
Yes.
Especially if she's, you know, if it gets intense like that. He's nice enough to look away. I love them so much. Can you fucking talk?
Pekka Rollins killed my brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for opening up about your past.
And it gets worse.
Then we destroy him.
Oh, thank you for understanding, Inej.
All she needed was a reason. Tell me why you're so against him. He wants to help.
Okay, Kaz do not touch others
No.
with his hand. Ever.
No, but this is Inej.
Oh.
You go, man. Make a move.
That is a huge step for
Is
him.
there anyone to protect you?
Was there no one to protect you? Look for Mogans' tells. Signs of an old injury that point to a weakness, or a repeating action that tells you what he's going to do next.
Do I have one?
You shift your weight onto your back leg before you lunge.
I've been looking.
What's yours?
Give me that every day. Let's go.
Kane,
But he used that as a fucking weapon.
no one's ever smart enough to look for the real one.
Oh, Nina, fuck off. She was on for the show. Steamy.
Not what you think.
It is exactly what she thinks.
Believe me. I was just thinking that he's shit at first aid.
But I mean,
I need a hand with this.
You picked a hard nut to crack, but it's worth it when you stay patient and focused. When you keep going.
What a pleasant surprise. Pekka offered every gang good coin for your beaten corpse. Looks like you bit off more than you can chew.
I need half a dozen men for a job. I'm here for the hungry ones. I'm here for the killers.
He's got such an energy.
People like me.
you listen to this, guys.
Rex,
Don't
He's gonna
underestimate
show
him.
up. He's
kill
gonna
this
show up.
barrel rat.
Okay, let's
You
go.
can try.
He wouldn't have come here if he didn't know what to do. I told you, he uses his weakness as a strength.
No.
He gets a slow motion moment too. Let's go, man. Oh, alright, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yeah. I am loving him even more than before. Because he's that badass.
Got all you got?
Bitch, down.
What did you say about killing that breaker bastard?
This city's price is blood, and I am happy to pay with yours.
God damn! He's the best character in this fucking show. He's so intense.
Who do you want standing in that door when the lion gets hungry? You're all with me now.
No, don't have a choice.
Yeah, I'll follow you. He's scary. He's scary when he wants to.
You could have just rung the bell, little one.
Are you sure you're up for this, girl?
I know all the right places to cut so I can slow you down.
She came ready. She is also very fucking badass.
Any signs of a weakness?
Yeah,
He doesn't have any. He doesn't feel pain.
he does.
Not feeling pain is a weakness. You won't know when to stop until you put him down.
Oh, no.
You know all the places to cut.
So do I, bitch.
I know all the places too.
Hello. Her and Kaz together. Perfect.
Sancta Alina, what will she do?
What happens here is up to me.
I like that. Last episode we said he was gonna be her enemy for the whole season.
But I mean, he was a challenge for her. And
Saints receive you and forgive what can be forgiven.
like she still believes, but I love that she's not relying on the saints as much. Now she makes the choices. Do I kill him? Do I not? Like
Yeah.
it's all up to her. Kaz helps her and she helps Kaz.
Scouts say that she's here in East Ravka after a failed attempt in the fold with 2 amplifiers. Tell me what you know of the third.
I know nothing of the Firebird, but I do know that if the girl locates it before you do, she'll be a force to be reckoned with. Grisha will follow her, fear her. You want them to fear you.
Fear is a powerful ally.
You're the one who's afraid, Alexander.
She got some balls whenever she talks to him.
She's his mom.
She saw him in fucking, you know, diapers, she knows.
There's only one more thing I do need from you.
Oh, fuck.
Your buttons.
Oh!
Morozova used finger bones as amplifiers.
Oh, so you're the shadow and bone of the title?
Well, yeah.
Dude, that's her mom.
That's the thing. If he's willing to do that to his mom, what would he be willing to do to them?
Much worse.
Like, if he doesn't see the point in keeping them around.
We have to leave. Now. There are ruins. Straight out of here. Go. Now. Wait for me there.
I don't think she will. I think she's gonna die.
We need to find the third amplifier. Fiber.
Third book. Let's move on.
Well, until then, a proposal. We can try to stop this country from falling apart. I bring you under the wing of the royal family.
You're suggesting
A
marriage?
love match. Just a political alliance of Grisha and Okazatya.
Yeah, well, that's just what royal marriages are, aren't they? Strategy.
Precisely.
Yeah, but
Royal wedding.
he's right though.
I understand if you decline. But I hope you'll weigh the options and consider the benefits.
It's a great offer.
She does need ally, but what about love?
And they need to calm the people of Ravka who are fighting Grishas.
I know.
Be careful.
No. Oh no. Oh shit.
Can you stand and answer me?
Not the one who betrays me. Ah, fuck.
What is the meaning of this?
You're scary.
You used me to satisfy a king.
Yes.
I should be your greatest shame. Does that mean?
I'm afraid no.
Oh, fuck.
I need you. Jenny.
I mean, maybe he didn't kill her because he needs her.
Oh no, he killed her.
He did say he needed her, so why would he kill her?
Because she went against him.
Whether you be dead than running?
No glass factory, just a country estate. Was the boy there? What's his name?
He knew about
You
the
know,
boy.
Yeah.
L.B. Rollins.
Please don't use the kid.
What are you going to do with him? He's just a kid.
So was I.
Still, it's no justification to go after an innocent.
No. But Rana is not in the right state of mind to decide to be better than his enemy.
I know.
You won't have to touch a hair on his head. But you are going to help me blow up everything Pekka Rollins holds dear.
You said no more explosions.
Not that kind. I finally found a weapon to end all of this.
Man, you're dark.
Suffering.
He's so dark this episode. You show me this without context, I feel like that's the villain.
What I mean. In a certain way, he is. So you think about it.
You had to become the villain in order to destroy the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Find me after the fight.
Yeah, well, you want to see him?
Oh, she's gonna saw him in the cage, right?
It is fucking brutal. Ugh.
Cannibal. Okay. Matthias, be careful, please.
Come on, my man. We have like 3 fucking fights this episode. You're gonna have to fight, man. He sees her, he gets fucking full of rage. Oh. He's fighting.
But since he's a really good fighter,
They're gonna put him more and more,
Yeah.
and possibly.
Matthias, please!
oh, right now he hates your guts, man.
He thinks it's, I mean, for him, it's your fault he's here, that he had to do this.
I mean, it is our fault.
A good woman. Do all she could to see her man free.
Oh shit.
Kaz said that he was more in control of Hellgate, that if he can help her.
Bring me Kaz back.
Shit!
Or
No,
I'll see
please,
to the
Nina.
Fjerden's next fight is to the death.
Oh, shit!
But she was one of the crowd.
Yeah, but it's about Matthias's life now. Tough spot.
We can use it.
If she tells Kaz and he comes up with a plan,
The moment Jenya is conscious,
she's still alive.
let's take her and make sure the others understand what awaits them if they are disloyal.
With pleasure.
And David.
Borisova's journal is missing.
He left with
Vadim
it.
leaves. David took it.
That when you treat the people you care about like that, yeah, they will betray you. It's your fault, man. It's a direct consequence of your actions. Mistakes have been made. You should listen to your mom.
Another lesson.
Yeah, well, learn
No
from that.
mistakes. Lesson.
I would feel bad if he wasn't such a villain. Oh, if he can control this, this is bad.
Oh. Oh.
He can push for it.
I know you. Alina. No one else ever will.
Is she asleep? Oh fuck, you can see her asleep!
I will be waiting for you.
More nightmares.
So creepy. What the fuck? For a second it was like, bleh. But like, I didn't see what he did, so I was like, what is that? It's like out of nowhere, he went there. I'm sorry. Oh, he has an actual effect though. He can be there. This is bad. He's already creepy enough. That means he can get to her whenever he wants. He can see where she is. He can affect her world. Who's to say he can't hurt someone or kill someone that's around her? Dude, hello. It's a yes for me.
I've made my decision.
It's gonna be yes. It's gonna be yes.
Yeah.
I think.
For the people.
That finale was so fucking creepy.
Because of Kirigan?
Yes, because of Kirigan. He's getting darker and darker. And I get it. People he cares about are abandoning him, but that's his own fucking fault.
But like his mother said, he doesn't learn
Compassion.
from no, not compassion.
She said she didn't teach him.
He doesn't learn from his mistakes.
Yeah.
The fact that what he's doing is causing his own undoing, and the fact that Grishas are afraid of him.
Like,
But-
if they're abandoning me, it's because I didn't teach them enough. I didn't show them enough what happens when they leave. So I'll do that. That's the thing. Like he learns from this, but what he learns is never the right thing. Instead of looking into himself and be like, oh, okay, they're leaving me because I'm like that.
I'm at fault.
Yeah, he doesn't want to admit it because he believes wholeheartedly that he's the good guy in the story. But yeah, with Alina, the problem is that those people that are abandoning him, they are figments. They are figments in the history that is the Darkling. They're gonna be there 1 minute and gone the next. So if he cares about them and they abandon him, it's a blow. But he still has the potential of Alina coming back. Like he still has the idea that Alina, with time, will learn what it's like to be like them, and she will come back to him. So as long as she's around, he gets to turn to her and be like, oh, okay, you're coming back. Because he believes she's gonna fall for him. He's fucking delusional.
For a moment, before I knew that he was the evil of the story.
Yeah.
I mean, if there wasn't Mal and it wasn't this evil side of Kirigan,
You shipped it?
yeah, why not?
I
I
too.
mean, he had his moment in the first season.
I also saw, like I said it, I think last episode, but there's
yes,
a deep...
If you put aside all the evil side and stuff and the way that he's thinking about how to do things,
He's a deeply hurt character.
yes, and it is true that likes comes to likes. Both of them are very powerful being, and that's gonna be show them as outcasts compared to other Grishas or just people in general.
The thing is, like, take two characters, like, take away all that is war and power and stuff, and just take two people who are immortal. If they don't like each other at one point in their story, that's one thing. Give them time, though. Give them years and years and years of losing people they care about, of never finding someone they can relate to, of being alone. They will potentially turn to each other because it's true that he's the only one who could eventually understand what she's about to go through, which is, you know, having someone with the power that she has, someone who's a summoner, someone who can survive and live through those years, and someone who will understand the loss that she's feeling. She's not there yet, so it's easier for her to stay away from him. But if you take away all the villain side of him, all the betrayal, if he was just a guy saying like, you know, eventually you'll love me, and she's like, nah, I don't think so. I love someone else. Well, give her time. Eventually, she would probably turn to him. But the amount of hate that she has for him right now, you can't underestimate that.
Yeah, that won't change.
Probably not, especially since right now, man, you're doing everything in your power to be the devil, the fucking villain of the story, so we need to take you down. It's not about it. You won't have time to let her, you know, change her mind. Dude, we need to take you down now.
Do you think that maybe the only way to take down their fall is to get rid of Kirigan?
Maybe. He's the one who created it. It's out of his power. Maybe.
Unless, well, I mean, he did create the fall, but is the fall connected to Kirigan, or is just like its own separate thing?
Maybe it's its own separate thing, but it still came from his power, so maybe taking care of him would help. But beyond that, I think he's already dying.
Yeah.
I think creating those Vichevonia? Yeah, creating those creatures.
His babies.
Well, yeah. Creating those things took a huge toll on him, and he's going to suffer from that forever. And if he goes the same path, if he walks the same path as the guy who did it first, I don't remember his name, something.
Morova, Moroskova.
Yeah,
that
like
guy.
That. If he walks the same path, there's a good chance he's going to end up the same way. He thought he could find some answers in the journal, but like, there's only so much you can learn from a guy who failed at saving himself. And beyond that, he doesn't even have the journal anymore. So, bitch, you reap what you sow.
I really thought for a sec that he killed Genya.
I thought he killed her, but then again, I thought of how he said, I need you. And since he needs her, what's the point of killing her? Maybe he wanted to teach her a lesson, and he's hoping that she'll be too scared to run away.
So like he disfigured her?
He probably, yeah, hurt her. Well, her thing is
yeah, but
appearance and stuff, so...
Didn't you say that you cannot heal from the wound by those things?
I looked into the creatures because I was unsure with the name and stuff, so I needed to check it out. And yeah, apparently in the books at least, you can't heal from the wounds they give you, so...
I wouldn't be surprised if like the wound inflicted by those things like can reach your soul.
It would have
and
to
you cannot heal from that ever.
It's that deep, it's just too strong.
Yeah.
And it's true that since he wants to make an example out of her, it would be something visible, so that people, every time you look at her, they're like, oh shit, that's what happens if I betray him.
I mean, it was a huge betrayal in the first season, but she went through so much already. I want to give her a chance to redeem herself and to help us.
I mean, for me, she made that step. It's just that she got caught. But finally, she brought out the fact that he used her, and he literally told her to go service a king. She was a fucking child, and she was 12. So yeah, finally, like, to me, that was the whole reason you needed to turn your back on Kirigan, and she brought it up this episode, so good for you, but she got caught. At least David's away, and he's gonna go join with Alina with the journal, so that could help not only to find maybe the Firebird, but also to deal with the power that the 3 amplifiers are gonna give her, because they said, episode 1 or 2, maybe 2, that it had never been heard of, to someone with 2 amplifiers, and she's gonna go for 3. It's already pretty powerful.
We got a confirmation that he does still have a part of the bone.
Yes.
Well, the bone antlers in his hand.
So that's why he's still connected.
That explains the connection.
I mean, they are connected through the fact that they're the only 2 summoners out there. You know, their powers connect them, but no, they literally have a bridge.
Bagra is still there, and she's a shadow summoner also.
Yeah, but in a way, I think they're always going to be connected because of that. But this is literally a bridge between the 2, which allows him to fucking show up and look at her when she's sleeping.
Being all creepy.
But I'm afraid of how he's going to use that. Like, can he can appear in front of her, talk to her in dreams, that was one thing. But if you can do it when she's asleep, awake, talking with other people, can other people see him? Probably not. But if he has an effect on things around her, how much damage can he do? Like if he sees her looking for the Firebird, can he do something to stop her? Or can he? He's looking for the Firebird as well. It's about who finds it first. If he knows where she is, where she's going, he can fucking follow.
We need to get rid of that.
Or get rid of him. I don't know how, but we need to do something. He's fucking willing to cut his mother's finger off for more power. And that's like, I think he got betrayed so bad last season, and his plan didn't quite work. But now that the truth was out, he's finding himself against a wall, and he's suffering. So like his stress levels are probably fucking high, and I think he doesn't see a way out unless he fights back. Like maybe he's thinking, because that's the thing, when you're immortal, you don't necessarily think of the immediate consequences. So if you tell him like, well, if you do that, all the Grecians are going to look at you with fear and stuff. Like, do you really want to do that? Well, in his mind, he can just say, well, they'll be dead in a little while, and then I can just pretend to be someone else with new people.
I'm thinking in the long run for a world where Grecians are going to be fine.
And in any case, the story is written by those who win. He doesn't really care how he wins. If he's still there when they win, he can change history. He managed before, he can do it again.
True.
So, yeah, like his whole thing in season 1 was to appear like a kind of a father figure or big brother figure, someone who cares for these Grecians. And even here, like we see him care for them as much as possible, but I think the mask has fallen, and now he's not scared of showing strength and fear.
There is a twisted or a sickness in his and the way that he's caring for those Grecians. It's like it's like if a poison hand was touching your face. Like you want to get as far from possible from that hand, you know.
Well, first of all, it's for they did say that what he did with the shadow creatures is considered an abomination or something. Like it goes against everything they believe in. So for him to have that and have them around and stuff, like that would be scary in itself. And then on top of that, you add the fact that he was willing to do that, and he doesn't fucking, he doesn't regret it at all, except for the pain.
But because he doesn't make mistakes.
So like what he's willing to do now to win is getting scary. And I'm glad some people are noticing it, but just be careful when you try to flee next time. So yeah. And Alina, now let's move to Alina because not much happened, I think.
We met the prince. Well, one of the prince.
Yep. The second one. I think it makes sense.
I was so sure that he might have been the prince because I knew that they cast a prince for the second season. I didn't know who because I didn't check the casting.
I think I knew a prince was supposed to show up in the season too.
And when they showed the buttons, like all nobles come, I mean, he has a good figure. Like it could be a prince, but he said, I'm a privateer, like I'm a pirate. Privateer, not parrot. I said, okay, that couldn't be him.
But it would make sense since he has the name to back it up that he would want to live the life of a pirate, but he's legitimate enough. Like since he's got the name, he would have the right, the authorization to do whatever. He's a member of the army as well. Like there's so much to his name. But we made the joke when he said like, oh, maybe from profile makes sense if he has a portrait like a privateer or a pirate. But in the moment we were like, oh, maybe his face is on money.
But I mean, maybe it is.
But no, he's the prince. I don't think so. But
it
was the joke we made, considering like
his face could be on money or on portraits, but he's the second son.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But that gives him freedom, though. Like it gives him the backing that he needs if he wants, to show power.
You mean the funds, the money, to
the backing? Yeah. But it also doesn't come with as many responsibilities as if he was the first or the king. And in any case, now it looks like his father, he was poisoned anyway, so meh. And his mom, she's in hiding, and his brother is doing whatever. So he's the only one with a clear head on his shoulders right now. He's looking to... And that's what I thought was interesting also this episode, how it's not so much the Darkling versus everyone else, or the Grisha versus humans. Like we have many groups who, some of them don't really care about that war, so we focus on their struggle, like the Crows. Some of the humans in the army especially are definitely against the Grisha, and they spread that hate, and they go against the Grisha to kill them, persecute them. You have the Grishas who respond to that with just as much fighting, so those usually join with Kirigan. But then you add another player, which is the prince here, Nikolai, who is willing to protect Grishas against his people, but his goal is not to destroy either. It's to really unify everyone.
Unify them.
I think it's really cool because it's realistic. It's not so much black and white. You got people in the middle who would like peace. And I love that we found them and we can help, get their help, because if we were alone the whole time, it would be a lot more difficult.
Which brings us to this idea to a marriage between Alina and Nikolai.
But right now it's engagement. That would be the whole thing. Like they're not, since they're at war, they don't have to marry, but they can say to people, see, we have a Grisha, a saint, marrying, or, that is engaged to this prince who's human, we have the two factions unified.
Our two people would be united.
So the Grishas that would follow Alina, who would join, and the Ravkans who follow the prince would join. We would unify and have a bigger army than perhaps Kirigan here. But the marriage doesn't have to happen until after the war, and once the war is over...
That's the thing, though. A part of me think that maybe people will want to have the marriage to solidify this union.
Engagement is sometimes enough. And in any case, if it's not consummated, they can fucking break it up after.
True. We'll see.
And I mean, I don't even know, like, maybe even if they consummate it, which I don't think they will, you can still break it up if you want. Probably. I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna last. It's just for a while, it's gonna give them a lot of backing. It's gonna give them support.
Allies.
But Mal and Alina will have to stay away from each other. So
you can never catch a break, these two.
No, but it's the price you have to pay when you're such a big player in such a big thing, big war.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna say yes, because to say no would be...
There's a lot of ways to let go of someone that you cared about, because we said at the beginning that...
you think that's the sacrifice?
Maybe.
Since it has nothing to do with the actual amplifiers, I don't think so.
The amplifiers can see many things. They can see present, future, past, who knows?
We'll see.
Who's to say that Mal has to die? I don't want him to die.
I don't want him to die either.
I'd rather her to just have to let go of Mal because she needs to marry the prince for peace.
But she's not really letting go. They can still be together in secret. And there's always there's always a promise of coming back together after.
Yeah.
It's not letting go if you know you can come back to him.
But yeah, it is true that there is many ways to have to let go of someone. By that or by just marrying another. Who knows?
We'll see. The crows. I love them so much, and this episode is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
For the crows, ever, fucking ever.
Before we go into all the backstories about what happened with Pekka and stuff, I just want to point out that Kaz doesn't show really much that he cares about the crows, like Inej, Jesper, or maybe Wellen.
He's good at hiding
the fact that when it matters, he's going against his own instinct to help the people that he cares about when they're in need.
With Inej, it's more, but...
Inej is more like, you can see more clearly.
The thing is, he said it last season. They are crows. He fucking chose the crow as his symbol. Crows are fucking loyal. That's the thing. Like, I think he ended up alone after the death of his brother. Deeply traumatized. We haven't seen it yet, but we definitely know, like... The thing is, his trauma is he can't even get close to people. Emotionally, but physically as well. And his strength, like, he had to find strength in that. So he became a fucking brick wall. No one gets close. No one, touches him. No one learns about him. Nothing. That's weakness. That's trauma. You don't bring that out. Every time they bring out mentions of what happened back then, he loses it. This is a weakness for him. He can't allow that. So he closes himself up and he doesn't allow people close to him. But he still chose the crow as his symbol. He is loyal as shit. You work for me. I'm gonna help you out.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to back you up.
Yeah. Over the time that he's been with these guys, maybe he's started to care and he has those emotions. It's just that he buries them really deep. But he does care. He just doesn't show it. And he is there for them if they need him. That's the thing. He will follow his promises.
That was a huge step that he did when he helped Inej with her wound.
But this is between
Because
them.
Kaz,
This is even
Kaz
more.
do not touch people
I know.
or anything that could just dirty his hand. Like,
Well, he
no.
wears gloves.
Yeah.
He wears gloves. Well, they call him Dirty Hand because, like, yeah, and that's the legend. He wears gloves because he's I don't remember the name, but like his phobia is to be touched, is the feeling of someone's skin, which is fucked up in a relationship. But Inej would be the kind of person to understand that, which I'm like, continue, keep pushing. I want.
You're a huge shipper with Inej. And
Yes,
Kaz.
in the books I was definitely for the couple, and I know there's more in Crooked Kingdom. It's just I never got around to read it, but I will. And I love them so much because their relationship, like with others, it's still there, and it's beautiful to see how he closes himself up, and the people, you know, they're gonna start rebelling and they're gonna start protesting, like, oh man, you don't give us anything. How do you expect us to give you something? But we know because we see the character, we know that there are emotions there. There is loyalty. It's just that it makes the whole thing complicated, but it's still there and it's still entertaining. With Inej, it's deeper. He loves her. It's just he can't fucking, you know.
But I mean, can you be sure 100% that right now he loves her, or maybe he is infatuated with her without knowing?
Because of his phobia, I can't even be sure he would be attracted physically to someone, considering he's so afraid of touch and stuff. So I'd be like, with him it had to be somehow emotional. And if it's that deep and emotional, I would dare say that yes, he does love her. It's just that maybe he's not willing to admit it,
to recognize it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I mean, we said it in the episode. Like he's turning himself into Pekka Rollins in order to beat him. He's got to be ruthless.
When you need to take down a demon, you need to be just as evil as what you're fighting.
And like right now he's considering using, like he did say, like the way to take down Pekka Rollins is suffering, destroy everything he holds dear. He's found a weakness in the fact that he's got a son hidden away. If you're Pekka Rollins or Casbreaker, you can't make connections and show people that you care about these guys because they will become targets.
Yeah.
So if he loves Inej, he's burying that feeling really deep down. But whenever stuff like that happens, when Inej gets hurt, when she mentions the fact that she could be leaving because if you don't give me anything, I can't give you anything back. He can't lose her. He fears losing her, so he will make those little moves. And this episode, he didn't tell her the whole story. Just saying his brother was killed by Pekka Rollins. That's all she needs.
We're gonna murder him.
But I think she understands. It's just that she would get frustrated with his lack of sharing.
Communication?
Yeah. So sometimes you gotta give her some breadcrumbs, man. You gotta give her something, but she understands that it's difficult. I think she really understands that it's difficult for him to share anything. So him just saying that is enough. She's not gonna ask questions. She's not gonna push because it was already hard enough for him to say that.
Yeah.
And I love that because that means she is willing to push him out of his comfort zone in order to maybe heal from that one day. But she respects his limits and she respects his strength and his weaknesses. So this is good. They are good together. Just like he also helps her. Like he sees her strength and he's not afraid to tell her of her weaknesses to make her even more strong. So it's not about like they respect each other enough to have those talks. To be like, okay, do I have a weakness? Yeah, you have that. So she can have him in her head when she goes against people like that fucking, monster.
Yeah.
She can have him in her head telling her what to look for.
Yeah, but he did give her good advice too. At least that guy knew where to cut to slow down his opponent to make it really, really worse. But she knew it too.
But that's the thing. If you have an opponent who doesn't fear pain or doesn't feel pain, then yes, stop aiming to hurt him or stun him. Aim to kill. Paralyze him. Bring him down. And he's not going to be, since he doesn't feel anything, if you bring him down, he will be surprised. Like, what the fuck? He wouldn't realize how bad he's been hurt until he's on the ground. So she did really good. I was afraid because she's like, dude, you've just been cut real deep. And it was in the arms near the arteries. So she was losing a lot of blood. I'm like, are you sure you're up to the challenge here? But I think her pride got really shaken.
Got hurt.
Because that's her whole thing. If she's not the Wraith, she's a slave in the menagerie. She's a weak victim. So having a guy like that out there who can, who is obsessed with her, who can take her down, and whose entire goal is to fucking bring her back to the menagerie.
But yeah, I mean, she's not going back in that cage.
No, not alive anyway. So I am glad. I mean, I expected him to come back more in the season, but the fact that she took care of him makes sense, and it made for one of the most beautiful fucking scenes so far between Inej and Kaz. Yes, him helping her with the wound means that it's him saying, I am fucking traumatized, but I am willing to, suffer and walk over that trauma if it means helping you. Which I love. And how fucking badass was he too, this episode.
Yeah.
He's been having a lot of moments, like, he's always looked like a sort of villain with his attitude and stuff. That's how he is, that's how he grew up. So, like, that's what he had to do, be like that in order to survive. But this season, especially this episode, he's been having a lot of moments where you look at him and you're like, man, you're scary.
He is the underdog from the battle.
And I think he got tired of being told that, oh, you don't have what it takes and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking show you. Because he did say it, like, people, and that's the thing he says in the book too at the beginning, like, people look at him and they see the weakness. They see the cane, they see the lip. But he has found a way around that to use his weakness as a weapon. Don't underestimate him, but that's what people do. They will not look further than that apparent weakness, which he's managed to work around, to look for the actual weakness. If they knew the actual weakness, he'd be done for.
They'll be showing hands.
Well, no, I mean, if he's fighting, he's gonna fucking kick your ass. But yeah, he does. That's the thing that's cool too. Like, it works with this style as well because he uses the cane to fight from afar. So he doesn't have to get close. But I love him. I love that because I did say in season 1 that I knew him as a good fighter despite his limp, and we didn't see him fight that much in season 1.
But now we're slowly introducing this aspect of his character.
That and the lock picking. These were the two things I was like, I want to see that from him because we saw the brains in season 1, but we didn't see much lock picking or fighting. So this season they've been showing us that a little bit, and I love it.
Speaking about fights, we technically had 3 different type of fights. Like
3 different slow motions.
Yeah. With Inej and the taxidermist, Kaz and the dregs, and Matthias in the arena.
Oh, he's the beast.
Which one was your favorite?
Kaz.
Kaz?
It was one guy with a cane and a limp against like 4 guys, all thinking he was too weak and trying to teach him a lesson, and he taught them so much that when he turned around he was like, who'd you rather follow, this weak ass or me? when it gets when it gets hot.
I think mine, I mean,
sorry, but it was Kaz for me.
Kaz's fight was maybe more epic with the fact that he was alone against a group of people.
Visually stunning.
Visual for me would be Matthias in the arena.
Visual?
Yeah.
He just did.
No, I mean like the set.
Okay.
Not the choreography, like the set where
choreography. It was Inej because it's always Inej when it comes to technique because she's just cool to look at. When it came to when it came to brutality, it was Matthias. When it came to just epicness, it was Kaz. But yeah, Matthias was brutal, and it's the fact that he went from I don't want to fight, and he just took those punches.
Man, if I fight, you're dead.
He literally went like it's something with his character maybe, like he didn't want to fight because he didn't see it's not a mission, it's not his job, it's not something he wishes, it's just there is no point. But he switched in that fight. He went from the peaceful Matthias who follows orders, doesn't do this, to the survival, the survivor.
That's what they call?
That's the soldiers. That's a type of soldiers they have in Fjerda. It's what he is. It's basically kids that they pick up and they train them like crazy.
With wolves and stuff?
They value wolves a lot. That's just a symbol. Kind of like Indians love cows. Or I think.
Well, they do think that when you die, you reincarnate as cow. yeah.
In India, yeah. So I think it's similar maybe in Fjorda with the wolves, but I remember that they did value wolves a lot. So, which by the way makes me fear that eventually they'll put them in a cage with him. I hope he doesn't have to fight wolves. I don't think he would. I think he'd just be like, take me. But
I mean, when you're facing that, you're gonna do everything to survive.
Depends if your principles tell you not to fight and you believe in your principles more.
Yeah.
But he's not dying here for sure. It's just that he made the switch in this fight to, I'm gonna survive this, and he got angry and he showed his brutality. And just fucking Nina be like, Matthias, with a little smile. No, girl.
Did you see her?
He did. He turned and he looked at her and he ignored her completely. Like, you put me here, bitch.
It is true that he's here because of her, but he doesn't know why she did this.
Even if he knew why, it's the betrayal, I think, that hurt the most. So even if he knew why, I don't think he would focus on that as much as the betrayal. Well, I mean, I don't think I know him if I've read the book, but it's gonna take a minute. But first of all, she needs to get him out of there, which is why I'm afraid of what she's gonna do with Pekka Rollins, because not only is he in a good position to help him, but he's also in a good position to kill Matthias. So there's nothing she can do here except work for Pekka, because he's got the leash right now. He's got the power. Kaz can do shit for Matthias, and he would be in danger of dying if she didn't do anything. What I hope she does is tell Kaz what's about to happen so he can plan something. Use that for his advantage. I don't think it's not like he can fight Nina anyway, so if she tells him, you know what, I need to take you, I'm sorry, he threatened Matthias, and she did tell him that it was the love of her life and stuff, so I'm not saying he would understand, but I would say that maybe he would use that instead of just...
To his advantage?
Yeah, just don't surprise him. Don't surprise him with this. Try to work with him a little bit. I know she's afraid for Matthias, but just trust that Kaz is intelligent enough to use that as a strategy. We'll see. But please, he's intelligent enough. Like, he guessed that the guy had a kid based on the name of the pub. Like,
he is smart.
I know.
And it is, with what he said, it is true that Pekka wouldn't call his club Prince if it was for him,
It's just like the fact that just Inej was like, she fought a guy and she turned to Cass, she was like, what's his weakness? He's like that. What's his weakness? That. Okay. He's good. So take advantage of that. Work as a team. Even though she doesn't owe them anything, he did give her he did
say she was a crow. She's part of the club. She's part of the gang.
In his words, it means you're part of the gang. I'm, look out for yourself, because others will, want to hurt you because you helped us. But also, there's a good chance I'm going to call you again later. There's a good chance you're going to be helping us later. And with time, we care. We'll be loyal to you. He did give her what she needed, though. So there's nothing much tying her to the crows except maybe a loyalty that is very new here, very, young. So we'll see where that goes, but I don't see a way out for Matthias. Like, they need to get him out, or they need to take down Pekka, or both.
Speaking about loyalty, I mean, when we saw Jasper and Willen and the countryside mansion, I did say that a part of them liked the thrill of doing stuff like breaking in, stealing stuff, or just breaking havoc, But it is true that people won't fight or risk their life for a good reason. So if in their minds...
They would, for a good reason.
No, I mean, they wouldn't risk their life without a good reason. Sorry.
Okay, you said for a
Sorry. Sorry. Without a good reason. So if, for them, they're just doing this and risking their life because Kaz has a grudge against Pekka, but they know just that part of the story.
Loyalty is a part of it.
It isn't enough for them to do it on the long run,
Loyalty is a part of why they do this for him, but since he doesn't give them much, that loyalty is being threatened all the time. So if he doesn't, a relationship goes both ways. So if he's not giving them anything, but I do believe that they enjoy the thrill enough. Like even Wylan in a way, like he loves his bombs, and even if he's not comfortable with them using them, when you say we've used your bomb, there's always gonna be fuck, use my bombs. Did it work? Like he's always gonna be more interested in like, is my stuff working? He wants to be valued that way. Like that's his thing.
He wants his stuff to work, not the damage that it causes.
He's not used to that. He's not that. He's a kid.
Not yet.
Well, I hope never. Like please, but still, like, and once the fight is over with Pekka, maybe like this is gonna be a lot less intense for them. But okay.
Do you think that maybe Kaz is gonna use Pekka Rolling's son against him?
I expect it. So if he doesn't, good. If he does, I won't be surprised. But we will see.
I would maybe expect him to like kidnap his son, but to not harm him. I really hope that no harm's gonna come to the boy.
I think he'd be willing to try, but maybe the others can convince him otherwise.
Yeah.
We'll see. In any case, we will move on because it's starting to be a long discussion.
We have a lot of stuff to discuss.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next 2 episodes right away, they are on Patreon already. The link is in the description below.
Yeah, and if you don't want to the next one, we'll donate to you next week.
Yes.
See you then.
Bye.